I want to talk about this Heisman race because this is honestly, this is the most unique Heisman race of my lifetime. To be on a great team, you need to win the Heisman. You need to either be on a great team and be a really good player, or you need to be just astronomically good on a so-so good team. We usually get 0 of those in the Heisman race, 0 of those guys that are astronomically good on teams, good teams. We got 2 of those this year. We have 2 of them. Ashton Jeanty, if you haven't watched, oh my gosh, runs like a combination of Eric Dickerson and Earl Campbell. In 4 games, I'm going to read you these stats because I refreshed like the ESPN stat page thinking like, this isn't real, right? This isn't real. And I refreshed it. One of those, Ashton Jeanty, 80 attempts, 845 yards, 10.3 yards a carry, 10.3 yards per carry, 13 rushing touchdowns. In 4 games, this guy is averaging 215 yards a game, 845 rushing yards, and 13 touchdowns in 4 games, 10 yards per carry. I mean, Boise could probably pass 0 times and be fine. Like, this is Michigan State had Kenneth Walker and they went to the Cotton Bowl. This is Boise's Kenneth Walker, but just like magnified on steroids. These stats are insane. Like, this is unbelievable. Travis Hunter, speaking of unbelievable, 46 catches, leads the FBS. 561 yards, 6 receiving touchdowns. He leads the FBS. Cool, right? Pretty sick. Well on defense. 2 interceptions on the season, 3 pass breakups. He has a 41 passer rating when he's being targeted. Quarterbacks rarely target him as it is. 41 passer rating he's putting up. Like, you put that guy in an island and man-to-man and you throw to him every single play of the game. Oh my gosh. Like, this... And Jalen Milroe, too, deserves some props because these stats against good competition, if you throw in Georgia, 73% completion percentage, 964 yards, and through 4 games, 18 touchdowns and 1 pick. He's averaging 13 yards per pass attempt, 5 yards a carry. This, player-wise, take out the team factor. This is the best Heisman race, most impressive, most unique Heisman race I've ever seen. Like in 1997, this is what this reminds me of. Great 30 for 30 on this Heisman race, by the way. When you had Peyton Manning, the kind of Jalen Milroe of the race, right? Like the quarterback on a great team. Tennessee was contending that year for the Natty. Charles Woodson, the guy who played on offense and defense and special teams, and he was this lockdown corner. And Randy Moss, who was this stud at a smaller school at Marshall, but who was so unbelievably good that you just couldn't help but put him in there. This is what's going on right now. This is exactly what's going on. This is like the 1997 Heisman race on steroids, and I am so here for it. It is awesome for the game. My prediction on who wins it, this is so boring. Actually, I'm going to switch it up on you. Just kidding. I'm going to go Travis Hunter. I think Travis Hunter is going to win the Heisman because I think Colorado's sneaky decent. I think Colorado, they got a lot of love, right? It's a roller coaster ride for them in 2023, and then all of a sudden they dip off. They win 4 games last year? They won 4 games. That's right. That's off the top of my head. And then all of a sudden, they're getting a lot of hate, and then they're getting kind of underrated. And you realize that they did some stuff in the offseason, and Shedeur Sanders is still a really good quarterback, and they still have a guy who can play 2 ends very well. And when they had Travis Hunter last year, before he got hurt, they were really good on offense. They beat TCU last year, an impressive win, if you remember. Crushed Nebraska, who turned out to be pretty good. So all of a sudden, they're getting pretty underrated, and they're getting a lot of hate. And now, after that UCF win, they're kind of creeping on up there. And all of a sudden, look now, but in a really wide open Big 12, really wide open. We just saw Utah lose to U of A. Colorado has a shot. Colorado has a shot, folks, to do some stuff that people really couldn't be expecting. Just saying.